What's going on, guys? Welcome to my first MLB player prop video. I got 4 props for you guys today. I'm just going to be going over my thought process and some of the stats and analytics behind my props. This is my first time uploading a video like this, so make sure you drop your suggestions in the comments, whether that's on my content or on my player prop research strategy. I'm just trying to learn and get better, so yeah, I hate when people take forever on their intro, so let's just get right into it. My first player prop I'm going with today is Shota Imanaga under 5.5 hits allowed. Now, why do I like this? Because like Outlier says, he's failed to exceed 5.5 hits allowed in 7 of his last 8 games. So he's been pitching pretty well recently. Now on the season, he's allowed less than 6 hits in 11 of 15 games, averaging just 4.6 hits per game. Now why I really love this prop is because the Reds have been struggling to hit left-hand pitchers all season long. They're batting as a team 221, which is the 3rd worst team in the league. And somehow in the last 30 days, they're hitting left-hand pitchers even worse. They're sitting at a team batting average of 214. Their strikeout percentage has also gotten higher, and they have the worst hard hit percentage in the entire MLB. Shota is also allowing a batting average of 222, which is the 77th percentile. It's pretty good for a pitcher. Now he does have a pretty low strikeout percentage, but if we hop over to Baseball Savant here, you can see he has a really good chase percentage. So even though his whiff percentage and strikeout percentage are on the lower side, hopefully because he's so good at getting guys to chase the ball and because the Reds don't really hit the ball that hard, hopefully he can get guys to just hit little ground balls, little bloopers, and just allow his defense to make easy plays. Because looking at the Cubs bullpen, they really need a good outing tonight from Shota. Now I know this at 160 and 170 I would not take at 170. I know it's pretty juice. So one DEJUICER that I'm using is Mikolas to allow 4 hits tonight versus the Dodgers. I mean, if the Dodgers can't get 4 hits versus this bum, then I deserve to lose because he's allowing teams to hit almost 270 versus him. He has a terrible strikeout percentage. He allows people to hit the ball hard. I know the Dodgers have been struggling, but they have a very good track record versus Miles. Mookie destroys Miles. Freddie Freeman destroys him. Shohei destroys him. I mean, we should be able to not have to worry about something that's hit 16 out of 21 times on the season and 9 out of 11 away games versus the defending champs. So yeah, that little slip comes out to be about minus 118 on DraftKings. Shota is my main prop, but Miles is my DEJUICER for you guys because I don't want to leave you hanging. So on to prop number 2. Prop number 2 is Nathan Eovaldi under 2.5 earned runs. I got this at negative 145 on Caesars, just like you see right here. Outlier tells us he has not allowed 3 runs in 7 out of his last 8 home games. He hasn't allowed it in 9 out of his last 10. And if we're looking on the season, he hasn't allowed 3 runs in 16 out of 18 games. He's only allowed more than 2 runs twice, which is pretty insane. I mean, his numbers are crazy. He's holding teams to 196 batting average and ERA of 1.49. He's in the top percentiles of every stat. The Yankees are also without Aaron Judge, still out with his right elbow strain, and have been hitting worse. They're only hitting 238 as a team in the last 30 days. And versus Eovaldi, I know Austin Wells and some of these guys have 500 batting average, but Giancarlo Stanton 35 at-bats versus Nathan and is only hitting 229. Jazz 7 and really struggles. Cody Bellinger struggling. Volpe terrible. Ben Rice hasn't gotten a hit. I mean, head-to-head historically, Eovaldi has been pitching pretty well versus them. And I think this line should be 1.5. Since the Yankees have the 5th worst on-base percentage in the last 30 days. And if you do go over to MLB.com, you can see the Yankees do not hit right-handers. They're 16th in batting average versus right-hand pitchers versus when they face left-hand pitchers, they're 5th. So they struggle way more versus right-hand pitchers than they do versus left. Again, going over to Baseball Savant here. I mean, his numbers are crazy. Like I said, his pitching run value's in the 99th percentile. He doesn't throw super hard, but he has a pretty good chase percentage, pretty good whiff percentage, pretty good strikeout percentage, and he forces a ton of ground balls, doesn't really walk anybody, so he should control the game. Hopping over to BallParkPal. I didn't show you Shota's earlier, but for Eovaldi has a really good matchup versus the Yankees. They only have him projected to go 5 innings, but they have him projected to only allow 2 runs, which is perfectly fine by me. If he allows 2 runs, we still win. Same way as we would if he allows no runs. So yeah, pick number 2 is Nathan Eovaldi, under 2.5 earned runs. Pick number 3 is Dean Kremer, under 17.5 outs. I got it at negative 146 on FanDuel, just like you see right here on Outlier. And as Outlier says, Kremer has failed to exceed 17.5 outs in 12 out of his last 14 road games. So that's really the focus here, is he struggles on the road versus being at home. If you struggle on the road and the Phillies are red hot recently, I'm thinking it's going to be a tough night to get 6 full innings unless he gives up a bunch of runs and the Orioles just keep him in so that they can get through the game with not wasting their bullpen. But the Phillies are hitting almost 260, first right-hand pitcher in the last 30 days. Kremer is allowing teams to hit 260 versus him, which is terrible. He has a terrible strikeout percentage and an ERA of 4.22. So, and on the season, he's only gone over 17.5 outs or pitched 6 full innings in 7 games. Once again, going to Savant here, we can see Dean has a pretty good chase percentage at 29.2, but his whiff and strikeout percentages are very low. So hopefully, if the Phillies are struggling and Kremer's kind of controlling the game, then hopefully they're at least extending the at-bats to 7, 8, 9, 10 pitches maybe. Because if they can get his pitch count up, I don't care if he goes 5 2/3 innings. As long as he doesn't go 6 full innings versus this Phillies team, we win. And Dean Kremer does have a good matchup according to BallParkPal. They have him projected to surpass his strikeout lines, which in our case, hopefully, again, they just are extending at-bats. And if they're losing those long at-bats, then so be it. But it'd be great if they can get on base. But hopefully they can just get that pitch count up as well to hold him from 6 full innings. BallParkPal has him projected to go 5 2/3 innings. So I'm telling you, this will be a sweaty one. But I really like the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber has been insane. He just hit a grand slam recently. While the Phillies crowd was chanting MVP, they are in Philly again. So hopefully Dean struggles in Philly versus a red hot team. So yeah, that's my 3rd pick. On to my 4th and final pick. Probably my favorite one, you could say pick of the day if you want, is Zebby Matthews over 4.5 strikeouts. I got it at negative 150 on BetMGM. I also sprinkled a quarter unit on 6+ strikeouts at plus 120. You can get it for better odds now, plus 140, because I like this prop so much. So Zeb has exceeded 4.5 strikeouts in 9 out of his last 11 games, but these 4 are from last season, so it's really just 5 out of his last 7, which is still pretty good. I just feel like 4.5 is way too low when you have a guy who can get up to 9 or 7 strikeouts in such a low pitch count. I mean, 81 pitches and he gets 9 Ks, 81 pitches, 7 Ks, 77 pitches, 6 Ks. Like, this dude can get up there, and I love this prop because it's almost like a system play for me, a right-hand pitcher versus the Tigers. The Tigers strike out at the highest rate versus right-hand pitchers in the last 30 days, 3rd highest on the season. Their walk to K ratio is so low, worst in the league. So Zeb shouldn't have trouble walking these guys. 38 out of the last 46 right-hand starting pitchers have gone over their respective line versus the Detroit Tigers. And then you know what we're doing, hopping over to Baseball Savant again. You can see his chase, whiff, and strikeout percentage are all pretty good. Throws hard. And hopping over to BallParkPal, Zeb has probably the best matchup of the day, in my opinion. He's projected to get 6.42 strikeouts on BallParkPal. So that's why I dabbled in his 6+. I just really love this prop in general. Like I said, it's a system play for me. Right-hand pitchers versus the Tigers. And now we have a right-hand pitcher that actually likes to strike people out. So I'm going to take that all day. Also like the narrative of Chris Paddock getting revenge on the Twins, so it's kind of going to be like a pitching duel for the first couple innings. So yeah, my fourth and final play is Zebby Matthews over 4.5 strikeouts with a quarter unit on 6+. If you guys did like this video, all I'm asking for is to leave your suggestions in the comment section below. I'm really trying to get better at this whole researching thing and making content while doing it. This season of MLB hasn't been my most successful, but I'm 21 years old. I love sports, and hopefully me saying my thought process out loud helps me, helps you, so we can help one another. So yeah, leave a like if you guys did enjoy, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of this content. If we go for 4 today, then so be it. I'm not a perfect sports bettor. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.